They saved the lives of injured pro-democracy protesters, but at least 50 doctors, nurses and other medical staff have been arrested or are still missing since the crackdown began in mid-March. That's according to the organisation Physicians for Human Rights. Many were taken from their homes and health centres by armed, masked men. They face trials on charges that range from inciting hatred against the government to causing what the government describes as the unnecessary death of 2 demonstrators. Al Jazeera spoke to one medical worker who described what happened to her after she was detained in one of at least 5 raids on medical centres in recent weeks, according to Bahrain human rights groups.
They said we had to confess and that we wouldn't be released on that day. We said we had done nothing wrong. If you have charges against us, what are they? They beat us and beat us. People were being beaten by a hose. It was torture. They said we were tired and didn't want to confess, so they would bring some Saudi women to show us real torture.
She says that after they were blindfolded, the beatings and psychological games continued.
They made us listen to the sound of electric shock equipment. I could hear people being hit. I was being hit too. One of the women was knocked unconscious, and one of the officers said it was because she was a heroin addict.
Al Jazeera filmed the police station where people told us time and time again they'd been tortured.
I am scared. They forced us to sign papers while blindfolded, while we were being tortured. I asked, "What am I signing?" The woman said, "You are still asking questions. Just sign." We signed twice without knowing anything about what it was.
Another woman who was arrested during a raid on a different health centre described how the staff there were forced to make confessions on camera.
We were blindfolded for about 10 hours. Only at the time when we were videotaped did they take the blindfolds off. And when we started to talk, if they didn't like the things that we were saying, they stopped us and told us again that we should say this, this and this.
The Bahrain Centre for Human Rights says the Sunni-led authorities are targeting doctors and medical staff who treated mostly Shia protesters during the demonstrations. The organisation and lawyers say that if allegations of forced confessions are proven to be true, then the credibility of the trials of medical staff must come under immediate international scrutiny. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Bahrain.